Hi, I'm Rob Mudgeon from Team Green Mountain Smoke Shack, and this is part 2 in a series of how to use the Stoker digital electronic controller for barbecue pits. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to use it as a standalone device. That is just the box into the pit. And what I have here is a setup. Of course, obviously we're not outside, it's below zero, so we have a meat temperature thermometer and a pit temperature thermometer and a blower. So we could pretend that the blower is blowing into the fire pit, which is controlling the heat, which is this guy here. The pit probe is monitoring the temperature of the pit itself, and the meat probe, or the meat probe is going to measure the temperature of this tangerine. All right. So let's do a temperature control scan, see where we're at. I'll get you in on this. Meat is 68, pit is 242. I guess I miscalibrated that a little bit, but let's just pretend it's 212. I have to go back and recalibrate it. I reset the database. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is associate both probes with a blower, because that's the way the software groups the probe, because it can control many pits at once. So it doesn't know what probe is where. So we have to tell the unit that all of these probes belong to one pit. So let's do that. Go back into main temperature control. Select. Let's go to pit 1. Select blower. It's asking what blower. And there's only one attached to it. Make sure your blower is plugged in, otherwise it won't see it. Blower, hit select. Blower 1 large. Hit select. And that asterisk tells you that that blower is assigned to that probe. If there was another blower, you could toggle between the two, but since there's only one, you only have one choice. Let's go back. Back one. Temperature control scan. Let's go to meat probe 1. Blower. Oops. Select large. It's going to come back, we'll have an asterisk there. Okay, that's set. Let's see. Now it knows that this blower is assigned to both these probes. So that means that this is essentially one pit. Okay, now we've got to set our target temperatures for the probes. Let's set, go back to the main menu, main temperature control. Hit once, go up 1, hit 1. Let's set our target temp. Here we go. Set. Okay, let's say we're cooking high, so 275. Good. Back to main menu. Meat 1. Where do we want our meat to finish at? So let's go. I want to pull it at 190. Okay, now the fan turned on because I told it the pit that I want it at, what, 275 or 270? It knows it's at 212, so it says, well, it needs more fire, so let's heat it up a little bit, so the fan turns on. And also, it knows that the meat temperature is far below what it should be, so it needs fire. The meat has to go up to temperature. So the fan comes on. Okay. So now, let's say we've been cooking for a few hours, and the meat comes up to temperature past 190 where we want it. And what's going to happen is, let's see, get the fan here. This goes, so the meat's going to rise, hit that 240. Okay, the fan turned off, and the reason why it turned off is because the meat is now at 212, which is farther than 190. So it says, hey, no more fire. Regardless of what you set the pit at, your meat is done. So that's it. That's pretty much how you use it in a nutshell. There's other things you can do. You can set alarms on it. These are hardware alarms, and they're really really loud and annoying. I recommend you not use them unless you're at home. Even if you're at home, it's still, once the alarm goes off, it doesn't turn off if something writes itself. You have to actually go in and hit select, so you'd be running back and forth, and it's going to not work the way. With the software we're going to use, I'll show you in the next couple of sessions. It does it on the computer, and you can control it that way, and it's a lot easier. So I recommend not enabling the alarms on the unit, but if you want to, you can. All right, so that ends part 2, and next thing we're going to do is part 3 will be connecting it to a computer, just wire out, wire in, and so see you then.